Hey guys, BlackRock here. And today we're gonna kind of step through my riding gear and the reason why I chose the particular items and how they work for me. I get a lot of questions about it, and I thought I'd step through the kind of the more detailed deep dive here. All right, so let's start from the bottom, and probably one of the most important parts is boots. So I have personally broken my foot. I have broken my ankle not wearing the right footwear. And I can't underscore enough how important it is to have a really great set of boots when riding. Now, these particular ones are available. You can buy them. I did buy these quite some time ago. But what makes these special is a few different things. First of all, when you're riding single track and off road, one of the biggest issues that we have, everybody knows, is the pedal clip. And what I can tell you is this slider right here is absolutely huge. When you're riding, a lot of time, this is the part of the foot that will come in contact with things. And because there's a slider here, there is a good chance that the pedal clip will not knock you down. You'll feel it hit your foot, and then it will slide straight through. And it's an incredible asset when you're doing single track and less time on the ground from crash, more time riding. Okay, so the other thing here about these boots is, and it's not like this for regular shoes, is the sole. The sole on a proper boot is actually quite hard. Like, you can't really bend it very much. And people underestimate how important that is, because in a crash, let's say you fall off the unicycle, a lot of times you're doing this with the heels off the ground, and this is actually a motion that will break the little bones in your foot here, which, by the way, they take a very long time to heal if you do break them. And so this rigidness in the foot is actually a huge protection. One of the best things about having a moto boot. Now, of course, if you're going from regular shoes to something like this, it's a pretty big transition. And the first day or so, you kind of feel like you lost feel because you can't bend your foot that much. I mean, you can, but it's a completely different feel. So, but just know that, just give it a little bit of time and everything will feel normal again. Okay, another thing about these boots is the ankle protection. As you can see here, this even has this like a slider. And if you look at the other side, is again, in an accident, there's sometimes side to side motion. And if you see, you're not going to break your ankle from side to side with these. Practically impossible with this this metal ankle protector for side to side. It also helps for forward lean as well here, and that's why there's a slider. So great protection box here for the ankle. Also, on a good moto boot, right here, this is all hard. Okay, so when your unicycle falls, especially some of us who set the maximum lean angle on your unicycle, the unicycle can kind of kick back up at you. It hasn't cut out yet, even though you've crashed. And the pedals can come whipping around like in a circle at very high speed and hit your foot. I mean, you could literally break your foot or hurt it pretty bad from the kickback of the unicycle. Also, for all the other reasons why you'd want to have side protection when doing single track, this is a place where, you know, you're riding down rocks or roots or whatever, you could hit here. It's the exposed side of the foot, or the other side. This side is on the inside of the unicycle. So also, it's got a hard box here, and also a hard box here. This is another place where pedals can spin around and clip your feet, creating injury, the back of the foot. Okay. Another reason why we like boots and single track is by, you know, as much as it would be nice to have them shorter so you get a little bit more flex, especially on the side to side of riding a unicycle and be able to kind of flick it. This leverage here connected to your foot is actually further protection of the ankle, which is one of the more vulnerable parts of your body when it comes to single track unicycle riding. All right. So the lit shin and knee guards, I think those have been talked about extensively in other videos, other people. These are awesome. The only thing I'd say that I'd wish that they would do is the straps kind of aren't the best. I feel like they kind of move around a bit. I wish there was like a better adjustment on them. I think I might need to modify them. Though I've had these for over a year and they're still kicking strong. Still love them, and they work really, really well. Okay, moving on to my padded shorts. Now these are pretty huge. I did not used to wear them until I really fell and hurt myself. And wow, when you hit your hip or your side of your leg, you can't underestimate how bad that hurts. Sometimes the way we ride unicycles, you literally fall completely on one side of your hip or your tailbone, and that part of your body, the bruises last a long time. These are not cheap. They're about $100, but really nice, and they aren't something that really wears in. So I imagine these will be years and years of really great use. So they make a lot of different kinds. There's a lot of different brands. I would suggest making sure you have upper and side thigh protection and tailbone protection. That's really important. Also side hip. Okay, so moto pants. You won't see these out there. That almost impossible to find. These are sort of an older school sort of snowboarding style moto pant. I used to ride motocross. These are still, you know, they're kind of shredded a bit, but still kicking strong. So I don't see any reason to spend more money. But having a good belt on your moto pant, or making sure your pants sit with you securely, is really important. All right, so moving over here to your hands. Now, what I can tell you is I think a lot of people, I see a lot of videos where people underestimate how important it is to cover your hands. I have personally done a lot of crashes where my hands are like one of the things that actually end up hurting. About 2 months ago, my unicycle, when it crashed, it didn't cut out, and it like flipped really, really fast. And my hand just happened to be right there, and the tire and the rim hit my hand, and it still actually hurts. So recently I've upgraded to these Alpine Stars gloves. There's a lot of different brands that make things like this. What you're going to want in gloves is, believe it or not, these little tiny pads on the fingers actually mean something, because of the way you can actually hit something, or something can hit your fingers. And then also you have the extra protection on the knuckles here. You're going to want something that has breathability plus protection, because, you know, it gets pretty hot. I've and you're going to want something with somewhat short of a wrist if you're going to use the flexometers guards there. This is a personal preference. There's a lot of combinations of hand and wrist protection, but this is what I like to use, and I highly recommend it. These are absolutely amazing. I have fallen on my hands and wrists. I can't even count how many times, and my wrists have never, ever, ever even close to gotten hurt. The only thing that's ever hurt was like this part of my hand, and so I've upgraded to these gloves right here. All right, moving to top protection. I've seen a lot of people wear sort of separates for the top, which I don't recommend. I can see the attraction to be able to be a little bit more versatile, maybe in hotter weather climates, but what I can tell you is pads do move when you crash. So if you're riding single track enough, if you're pushing yourself, you're going to crash a lot, and you're going to, you're going to potentially find out the hard way that you don't want your pads to move on you while you're crashing. It hurts pretty bad. So what's great about this, there's a few different brands, but what I like about this Fox one, it's relatively good price. The protection is very good. It has this breathable material. This does add warmth to you, but it's not too bad. Everything is protected. Everything from your elbows and forearms, your shoulders, your front. It's got a really nice back protector, and I like this gut strap. So this straps around your waist, keeping your gut intact, which is an important feature. Especially if you're doing a lot of single track and you're doing a lot of jumps. It's really good to keep yourself safe that way. This is just a normal jersey, nothing special there. Okay, now we've got the Liat, whatever you want to pronounce it, neck protector. What I can tell you is, while this is probably one of my most expensive pieces of kit, it's incredibly expensive. It is one of the best pieces of kit I've got. Safety usually has drawbacks, and I can tell you the only drawback on this thing is the price. Once you put this on, you don't feel it. It's super light, incredibly light, and it doesn't really mess with your helmet. You really don't even know it's there. It kind of disappears. And what it does is it keeps your neck protected in a crash. The neck is, I think everybody knows, the source of, really huge health issues like being paralyzed and whatnot. This doesn't guarantee you wouldn't break your neck, but definitely, it's way up there in protection. Okay. Obviously, a good helmet is important. I like this Cali helmet. It's quite good. I'm not really riding super fast with the single track. I mean, we're riding 20, 30 miles per hour. I like how light this helmet is. You definitely, without any question, need a full face helmet. And it needs to be comfortable and light. I really like these glasses. I got them for like $12 on Amazon. They're just clear, protective glasses. Don't even consider going riding without glasses. One bug in your eye while riding is enough to send you crash to the ground super fast. Not fun. Been there, done it. Learned the hard way. And then last is my Camelback. Water is actually a critical component to being able to ride longer and harder and more athletic. Singletrack's unicycle riding is extremely athletic. I can burn as much as or nearly 2,000 calories in a ride, and you're losing a lot of water, especially wearing all this gear. So you got to be drinking water all the time. It keeps your legs from cramping. It keeps you way more athletic, and it's obviously healthier for you. Now, the kind of things I keep in my Camelback is tools. You'd be surprised how often you need those tools. I generally keep all the things I need to be able to do trail side repairs. I've done so many trail side repairs, I couldn't even count. And I also carry some emergency items like a Leatherman, it's almost like a Swiss Army knife kind of thing. I carry a flashlight, a lighter, and believe it or not, a small little bit of toilet paper just in case. You never know if you get stranded out there. All right, so that's all my gear. This is what I ride with every single time I go out. If you have any questions, let me know. Put in the comments. Thanks, guys.